Welcome students. In the last video lecture, I had explained you question number 4 of chapter number 2. Now in this video lecture, I am going to explain you the last sum of this chapter, that is question number 5. Question number 5 is also similar to question number 4 that I taught you in the last video lecture. But there are a few number of more transactions compared to question number 4. So let's start with it. That is on page number 50 of your textbook. Question number 5. To which account the following transactions will be debited and credited in the books of Ganesh? Describe with reason. So same heading would be there as that we had done in question number 4. As you can see on the board, serial number, transaction, debit effect, credit effect, reasons for debit and reasons for credit. Okay. Debit effect, that is as per all the three accounts, that is debit the receiver, that is personal account. Debit what comes in, that is as per real account, goods or assets comes in, and debit all expenses and losses, that is as per nominal account. Same way the credit effect, that is credit the giver as per personal account, goods or assets goes out, that is as per real account, and incomes or gains, that is as per nominal account. Okay, and why the particular account has been debited and why the particular account has been credited, that reasons that we have to provide for each and every transaction. Okay, now let us see the first transaction. First transaction is rupees 75,000 brought in cash and commenced business. The owner is starting the business, and naturally while starting the business, fund or capital is required. So he is bringing rupees 75,000 in the firm. Already we discussed that the owner and the business unit are both having separate identity. So whatever the cash he is bringing in the firm, so that much amount of cash comes in the firm. We have always to look out from the point of view of the business, not from the point of view of the owner. Okay, so you can see the first transaction that I have written in short, that is 75,000 brought in cash. So that much amount of cash comes in. Cash is one kind of current asset. So goods or assets comes in. So as per real account, that I have written cash account debit. Every time I have not written debit or credit because these are all debit effect and these are all credit effect. Okay, so cash account debit to capital account credit, because that much amount of fund the owner is bringing. So owner is the giver over here. Okay, so capital account will be credited. One thing, make it sure that always capital account will be having credit balance and drawings account will be having debit balance. Okay. Now in the reasons, cash comes in, so debit what comes in as per real account, and cash provided by owner. Owner is the giver of that much amount of fund in the business, so he is the giver. That's why capital account as per the personal account rule, that is capital account has been credited over here. Okay, now let us move on to the next transaction, that is incurred puja expense of rupees 2,000. You are knowing, starting of an or inauguration of any of the new venture, we are seeking the blessings of God. So puja expense has been occurred of rupees 2,000 while inauguration of the business unit. Okay, so in the short way I have written the transaction detail, that is puja expense rupees 2,000. Now puja expense, that is one kind of expense that the firm has made, so it is coming in the category of expense or losses, that is as per nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses. So miscellaneous expense account debit, and that much amount of cash is paid by the firm, incurred by the firm. So cash account has been credited, that means cash goes out. Okay, so here you can see in the debit effect, reason that I have written, that is puja expense paid. Any kind of expense or losses that we have made in the firm, then it is to be debited as per nominal account, and that much amount of expense we have paid in cash, so cash goes out. That's why credit what goes out as per real account. Okay, students, while doing this type of sums, you should be very much clear and by heart the rules of all the three types of accounts, rules of debit and credit of all the three accounts. Okay, then and then only it would be easy and simpler to do the entire sum. Now the third transaction that is given to you, brought personal furniture of rupees 10,000. Now over here the word personal furniture is mentioned to you. It means he is bringing his own furniture from home to the business. So it is also one kind of capital. Over here in the first transaction it is mentioned that he is bringing cash in the firm. So that was also considered as capital. Over here he is bringing furniture in the business from his personal, from his home, from his personal furniture is bringing in the firm. So furniture account will be debited because that much amount of assets comes in the business. So as per the rule of real account, goods or assets comes in, so furniture account will be debited and capital account will be credited. Okay, so over here, because that much amount of capital, that much amount of assets comes in the business, then owner is the giver of that much amount of fund. Over here you can see that I have written in the reasons for debit, that is assets comes in, and in case of over here reasons for crediting, that would come, that is owner is the giver. Owner is the giver of that much amount of furniture. Okay, the reasons for debiting, that is furniture account is debit because assets of that much value of rupees 10,000 comes in the business. So assets comes in, debit what comes in as per real account. And the second effect, that is owner is the giver, sorry by mistake, that should come over here, that is owner is the giver. Owner is the giver of that much amount of furniture. So that much amount of capital will be increased in the firm. So credit what so as per the rules of personal account, credit the giver. So here that much amount of capital comes in, so capital account has been credited. Okay, now the fourth transaction, that is you can see deposited rupees 30,000 to the State Bank of India. Deposited rupees 30,000, we have deposited rupees 30,000 in SBI Bank. So that much amount of cash will go out from our business, and bank is the receiver of that much amount of fund from the business. Okay, so you can see 4 transaction deposited 30,000 in SBI. So SBI is one kind of artificial person. Already we discussed that in personal account any kind of natural person or artificial person will be included. So over here SBI Bank is the receiver of that much amount of fund. That's why SBI account as per personal account will be written as SBI account debit, and cash account credit because that much amount of cash will go out from the business and we are depositing it in SBI Bank. Okay, so cash account will be credited as per real account. Now in the notes of reasons for debiting, that is bank is the receiver and that much amount of cash goes out. So here the reason would come, cash goes out. Okay, so the reason for debiting, that is bank is the receiver as per the rule of personal account, debit the receiver, and as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. So cash goes out, that much amount of cash we are depositing it in the bank. Next transaction, that is fifth one, obtained loan of rupees 30,000 from wife. Okay, now fifth transaction you can see I have written loan of 30,000 from wife. Now if we have obtained here, we will consider that wife is the partner or he is a member of the business unit only. But as we are considering the owner also as a separate identity from the business, same way wife is also considered as a third party for the business. Okay. So over here the transaction that will come, that is that much amount of cash will come in the business because loan has been obtained from the wife. So cash will come in, so debit what comes in as per the rule of real account, so cash account debit to wife's loan account credit because wife is the giver of that much amount of loan. Okay, so credit the giver as per the rule of personal account. Okay, so reasons for debiting, that is cash comes in because that much amount of loan is provided by the wife, so cash comes in, and wife is the giver of the loan, so credit the giver as per personal account. Then afterwards, sixth transaction, purchase is made of rupees 20,000 and amount is paid by check. Purchase of goods has been made of rupees 20,000 and whatever the amount we have to pay, we have not paid in cash but we have paid by check. Already we discussed that if we have paid in cash or by check, both are considered as cash transactions. Okay, so here you can see in the sixth transaction that I have written, purchase of 20,000 paid by check. Okay, so purchase, it means goods comes in due to purchase of that much amount of goods worth rupees 20,000 will come in the business. So purchase account debit as per the rule of real account, that is goods comes in, debit what comes in, and bank is the giver because that much amount of check of rupees 20,000 that we are providing to the party who is providing the goods to us. Okay, so bank account credit. So as per the rule of credit effect, as per the rule of personal account, credit the giver, because bank is an artificial person, so always the rule of personal account will be applied in case of bank account. So here you can see in the reasons that I have written, goods comes in. Already I have discussed that in case of goods or assets, if we are purchasing or selling the goods, then we'll write the word purchase account or sales account. But in case we are purchasing any of the assets, suppose furniture, machinery or vehicle, then we'll write the name of that particular asset, that is vehicle account, furniture account, machinery account. Okay, here we have purchased the goods, that's why we are writing the word purchase account, not that particular assets or goods account we are not writing over here. Okay, so in the reasons for debiting, that is goods comes in, debit what comes in as per rule of real account, and bank is the giver because that much amount of check we are providing to the party from whom we have purchased the goods. Okay, then afterwards, seventh transaction, sales is made of rupees 42,000 and amount is received by check. Over here also, as we have purchased the goods, in the same way we have sold the goods to another party, and from that customer we have received the check of rupees 42,000. So this is also a cash transaction. So here you can see the seventh transaction that I have written, amount received in check of sales rupees 42,000. We have received the amount, so our bank account will be increased, bank balance will be increased by that much amount. Bank is the receiver, so you can see it as in the column of debit effect, that is in the column of receiver, that I have written bank account debit. Okay, as per the rule of personal account, and that much amount of goods goes out from the firm as we have sold the goods, that why sales account will be credited. As per the rule of real account, that is goods or assets goes out. Okay, reasons for debiting, that is bank balance increases because that much amount of check we have got and that much amount of balance will be increased in our bank account, and because of selling the goods goes out, so credit what goes out as per the rule of real account. Okay, then afterwards, moving on to the eighth transaction, withdrawn rupees 22,000 from bank. Now we have withdrawn, previously we had deposited the money in the bank, now we are withdrawing the money from the bank. So bank is the giver this time, and that much amount of cash comes in the business. Okay, so you can see the eighth transaction that I have written, withdrawn 22,000 from bank. So that much amount of cash comes in the business. So debit what comes in as per real account, and cash account is a current asset. Okay, so cash account debit to bank account credit because bank is the giver. So you can see the column of giver that I have written bank account credit. Okay, and the reasons, that is cash comes in and bank is the giver, so credit the giver as per the rule of personal account. Then afterwards, ninth transaction, rupees 2,000 paid insurance premium by check. Regularly, if we have taken any kind of insurance, then we have to pay the premium on regular basis, yearly basis. Then rupees 2,000 of insurance premium has been paid by check. So you can see the ninth transaction that I have written, insurance premium paid by check. Insurance premium, whatever we are paying yearly, that is one kind of expense for the firm. So you can see in the column of expense and losses, that is as per nominal account that I have written insurance premium account debit, and we are paying the amount of rupees 2,000 by check. So bank is the giver, that much amount of bank balance will be reduced from our bank account. Okay, so bank account has been credited. So here you can see in the reasons for debiting, that is insurance premium is an expense as per the rule of nominal account, that is debit all expenses and losses, and bank is the giver, so credit the giver as per the rule of personal account. Then afterwards, ninth transaction has been completed. Now 10th transaction, that is rupees 35,000 received for brokerage. Now as insurance premium is an expense for the firm, same way brokerage is one kind of income for the firm. Here the word it has been told, that is received. Received means it is an income for the firm. Okay, so that much amount of cash will come in the firm. So cash comes in and brokerage is one kind of income. So brokerage account that will be credited. Okay, so you can see 10th transaction that I have written, 3,500 received for brokerage. Okay, so that because of brokerage, that much amount of cash comes in the business. So cash account will be debited as per the rule of real account, and brokerage is one kind of income. So as per the rule of income or gain, that is as per the rule of nominal account, brokerage account will be credited. Okay, now the reasons, that is cash comes in as per the rule of debit what comes in rule of real account, and brokerage is an income. As per the rule of nominal account, credit all incomes and gains. Okay. Then afterwards, after completion of 10th transaction, 11th transaction, goods of rupees 12,000 sold to Dani. Amount received by check. Now over here the name of the party is also given, and we have sold the goods to the particular customer. The name of customer is given, but together with that it has also been mentioned that amount is received by check. We have sold the goods and amount we have received by check. It means it is a cash transaction. It is not a credit transaction. Okay. So you can see 11th transaction that I have written over here. Amount received by check of goods sold rupees 12,000. We have sold the goods of rupees 12,000 and that amount we have received by check. Okay. So we have received by check, so that much amount of bank balance will be increased of our account. Okay. So bank is the receiver, bank account will be debited, and we have sold the goods. So that much amount of goods goes out from the firm. So sales account that will be credited as per the rule of real account. Okay. That means goods goes out. Now the reasons for debiting, that is bank balance increases. Debit the receiver, bank is the receiver, so that much amount of bank balance will be increased. Debit the receiver as per the rule of personal account, and that much amount of goods goes out from the firm. That is as per the rule of real account. Credit what goes out. Okay. Now 12th transaction, goods of rupees 8,000 purchased from Deepak. Amount paid by check. Here also we have purchased the goods from Deepak. Name of the party is given to whom, from whom we have purchased the goods. But together with that it is mentioned that whatever goods we have purchased, that amount we have paid by check. So again it is a cash transaction. It is not a credit transaction. Okay. So you can see 12th transaction detail I have written. Goods purchased by check of rupees 8,000. So whatever we have purchased, again goods comes in the business. So purchase account that will be debited, and that much amount of bank balance, because we are paying the amount by check. So bank account will be credited because bank is the giver. Credit the giver. Okay. So in the reasons for debiting I have written goods comes in because of purchase. That much amount of goods worth rupees 8,000 that is coming in the business. So debit what comes in as per the rule of real account. And bank is the giver, so credit the giver as per the rule of personal account. Now moving on to 13th transaction, let us see at it. 13th transaction, withdrawn rupees 2,500 from business for personal use. Now over here the cash has been withdrawn from the business for personal use by the owner. Okay. So you can see the transaction, 13th transaction that I have written, withdrawn 2,500 for personal use. Any kind of withdrawing by the owner for his personal use, then it will be considered as drawings. Just as he is donating or investing some kind of funds in the business, then it is called capital. Over here he is withdrawing, then it is called drawings account. Capital account will always be having a credit balance and drawings account will be having a debit balance. Okay. So here you can see drawings account, that is debit the receiver, because owner is the receiver of that much amount of cash from the business that he is withdrawing for his personal use. So drawings account will be debited as per the rule of personal account, and that much amount of cash goes out from the business to the owner for his personal use. That's why cash goes out, so cash account will be credited. You can see in the reasons for debiting, that is owner is the receiver of that much amount of fund, so debit the receiver. Over here he is withdrawing, so drawings account will be debited, and the cash goes out, that much amount of cash that goes out from the firm to the owner, so cash goes out. So as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. Okay. Next transaction, that is 14th one, withdrawn goods of rupees 1,500 from business for personal use. Here the goods have been withdrawn for personal use. In the previous transaction cash was withdrawn for personal use. Okay. So 14th transaction, you can see I have written withdrawn goods for personal use. In both, whether you are withdrawing cash or goods or any kind of assets for personal use, then always drawings account will be debited. So over here drawings account will be debited as per the rule of personal account, because owner is the receiver of that much amount of goods from the business, and purchase account will be credited, because due to withdrawn of goods from the business, that much amount of stock of goods will be reduced. So purchase account will be credited because goods goes out from the business. Okay. So in the reasons that I have written, owner is the receiver of that much amount of goods. In the previous transaction also he was the receiver, but he was receiver of cash. In this transaction he is receiver of goods, okay, and that much amount of goods goes out from the firm. So over here it is written purchase account credit. We cannot write sales account credit, students, because we have not sold the goods. That is withdrawn by the owner for personal use. That's why always purchase account will be credited in this type of transaction, okay. Then afterwards, 15th transaction, dividend received rupees 2000 through check deposited with the bank. Okay, now dividend is one kind of income for the business, and that income is received in the form of check. Okay, so here you can see I have written the transaction number 15, that is dividend received through check. So bank is the receiver because that much amount of bank balance will be increased in our account. So bank account that will be debited as per the rule of personal account, and dividend is one kind of income, so credit all incomes and gains as per rule of nominal account, okay. And then the reasons for debiting, that is bank is the receiver because our bank balance will be increased by that much amount, and dividend is an income, so credit all incomes and gains as per the rule of nominal account. Next transaction, that is 16th, bank has credited rupees 200 of interest. Credited means that much amount of bank interest has been credited in our bank account. So whatever the in savings account, suppose we are having any kind of saving account in the bank, then 3 monthly or 6 monthly or yearly, the interest would be credited by the bank for that much amount of saving whatever we have made in the bank. So that will be given by the bank and will be deposited in our bank account, okay. So here you can see I have written 16 transaction, bank credited interest rupees 200. So bank account will be debited because our bank balance will be increased. So bank account will be debited, and bank interest is an income for the business. We have always to look from the point of view of the business unit. So bank interest is an income for the business that will receive from the bank, okay, and that will be deposited in our bank account, credited in our bank account. So bank interest is an income, so bank interest account has been credited as per the rule of nominal account. Here you can see the reasons. Dues is created towards bank because that much amount of due, that is rupees 200, bank has to deposit in our bank account. So who is the giver over here? Bank is the giver and deposited in our bank account, in our bank balance. So our bank balance will be increased by rupees 200. So that much amount of due will be created towards bank. And bank interest is an income because that much amount of income is generated, is credited in our bank account. So bank interest is one kind of income. So credit all incomes and gains as per rule of nominal account. Then afterwards, 17th transaction, bank has debited rupees 100 of bank charges. Credited means that much amount of bank balance is increased. Bank debited means that much amount of bank balance will be reduced because of bank charges. Bank is providing many kind of facilities to the customers. So in return of that facilities, bank charges some amount that is called bank charges. So that amount will be debited in our bank account. So that much amount of bank balance will be reduced. Okay, so it is one kind of expense for the business. Here you can see 17 transaction that I have written, bank debited bank charges rupees 100. So bank charges is one kind of expense, as bank interest is an income, bank charges is an expense. So debit all expenses and losses as per rule of nominal account. So bank charges account debit to bank account credit because that much amount of rupees 100 that will be received by the bank from the customer, that is from the business, from the owner. Okay. So here you can see the reason bank charges is an expense because that much amount of bank balance will be reduced, okay, from our bank account. So bank charges is an expense, debit all expenses and losses, and debt is created towards bank because now that much amount of rupees 100 we have to pay to the bank. So it is one kind of debt that we have to pay to the bank, okay. Next transaction, that is 18th one, wages paid rupees 300. Wages is one kind of expense. So always debit all expenses and losses as per rule of nominal account. You can see 18th transaction, wages paid rupees 300. So as per the rule of nominal account, debit all expenses and losses. So wages account will be debited, and because of that expenses, that much amount of cash we are paying, so cash goes out. So credit what goes out as per the rule of real account, cash account will be credited. And so the reasons for debiting, that is wages is an expense. So as per the rule of nominal account, debit all expenses, and that much amount of cash goes out. So as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. Next one, 19th. paid loan interest of rupees 350. If we have taken the loan, then on regular basis we have to pay the interest on that loan interest amount, that is rupees 350. So that is also one kind of expense for the firm. Okay, so here you can see 19th transaction, paid loan interest of rupees 350. So as per the rule of nominal account, loan interest account debit, because it is an expense for the firm. So debit all expenses and losses. Loan interest account debit, because of loan interest we have to pay that much amount of cash. So cash goes out. So cash account will be credited. Okay, so in the reason it is mentioned, interest on loan is an expense. So debit all expenses and losses as per rule of nominal account, and that much amount of cash goes out. So credit what goes out as per rule of real account. Now moving on to the last transaction, that is machine purchased of rupees 12,000. Now we have purchased the machine over here, it is one of the asset. Okay, so if we are purchasing any of the asset, then we have to write the name of the asset account. But if we are purchasing the goods or selling the goods, then we have to write the word purchase account or sales account. Okay, so here you can see the last transaction that I have written, machine purchased rupees 12,000. So asset comes in, so debit what comes in as per the rule of real account, goods or assets comes in, then as per real account, machine account will be debited over here. And because of purchase we have made the payment in cash, so cash goes out. Okay, as per the rule of real account, because cash is one kind of current asset. Now in the reasons for debiting, assets comes in, so debit what comes in as per rule of real account. Your machinery worth rupees 20,000, that comes in the business, so that much amount of assets comes in, so debit what comes in as per rule of real account. And cash goes out, that means credit what goes out, that is also as per the rule of real account. As we have purchased the asset, so we have to make the payment for that asset that we have made in cash, so cash goes out. Okay, so students, that's the end of this sum. Today we have completed the second chapter. In the next video lecture we'll be starting with the third chapter, that is totally theoretical based. Till then, keep revising from the video lectures that we are sending on regular basis. Keep practicing. Goodbye, stay blessed.